and we will be loading straight into Coastline, ladies and gentlemen. This is the last game of tonight's mashups for CCS R6W. North Sea Gaming going up against HellSide Esports. Let's see who will take those points, who will set themselves up on the ladder, just like we've seen all the other teams do thus far tonight. Have fun, have fun. Lots of love hearts in chat. That's the wholesomeness we need. Be loud, be vocal, and let us know exactly who you want to win in chat, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get into the bans, and the first ban is going to be Jackal, and not a surprise, because if this is a frag heavy map and you want to be roaming, you want to get rid of the one counter to that.
Yeah, we've seen quite a lot of Jackal as well. Like, he has smokes as well. He's pretty prevalent on Coastline. Bloodbit is an interesting ban. I don't think it's completely out there, though. Like, maybe that's also specific to HellSide as well. I know that some of these teams have been scrimming against each other. I'm not sure if these two teams have scrimmed each other particularly. I think Bloodbit, to me, tends to be more of a target ban than anything else. But yeah, he can be powerful on Coastline. There are a lot of decent window positions. We're going to see Mirror off the board. No surprise there. Mirror definitely very prevalent on Coastline. Kind of makes Penthouse Theatre into a viable site. And I think it really strengthens quite a lot of the other sites. So we'll see how this goes down.
You know what? I love Aria dearly. She is a great woman. And for her to say such a statement, she just wanted to share that, ladies and gentlemen. She just wanted to share about her teeth story, and oh, so wholesome. We love that for her. And now everyone's even more nervous after hearing about Aria's teeth. So that's a good way to throw off the enemy. Is if you say something so undeniably ridiculous, maybe you throw off the enemy, and maybe that's part of North Sea Gaming strategy. So
the psychological warfare, yeah, no, I like that aspect. I'm all about the psychological warfare. Like, even just typing in like a smiley face after you kill someone, really getting into the enemy's head. I think I remember really about that.
Oh my goodness! But we are going into our first round, ladies and gentlemen, of Coastline. We'll have North Sea Gaming setting up for their attack. They're going to be running the Nomad, which is a really popular operator on Coastline and on a lot of maps these days. It cuts off flanks, it cuts off jump outs. It's a really important operator. I'm glad to see it featured here on the side of Northside. But on the side of HellSide, however, a lot of intel. We got that Pulse, we got that Valkyrie, we've got that Maestro, and they're going to start Kitchen, which is a really, you would expect to either start Kitchen or Hookah for a lot of competitive teams this day. So I'm glad that they've chosen Kitchen. And look at this Maestro cam just placed dead set out in the middle. And you know why? Because they want to see into lobby 2. I like this, James.
Yeah, like, putting a Maestro like in the middle of the floor may seem like a really puzzling place to put it for some people, but this gives you so many sight lines straight into lobby, straight into service entrance. You can see Kitchen from there as well. Like, there's a lot of areas that you can look at now from that position.
Good that the IQ is also being run on the side of Northside, because there is going to be the Pulse, there is going to be the Valkyrie, and Valkyrie on a map like Coastline can be so detrimental. You can throw one out really far and see half of the map almost. So it's really good that they are running that one. And yeah, I mean, I think overall these teams are well geared up to be pushing and doing well. But Miss Marie looks like she's more on sort of like a fragging role at the moment than she is on an sort of getting those utility. They need to get top floor control. And the Jaeger's here by herself.
Yeah, Laddie could be just holding out into VIP in this very small section. I assume that they do know that he's in here, and that drones should start to come out from North Sea side to try and confirm that. Very, very slow roam clear at the moment coming out. Miss Marie's still holding on to the side, but Ashley is going to pick up the very first kill of the round, and Laudie's almost getting a frag there, but instantly gets traded out by Miss Marie, and already losing those two roamers on the board. There's a huge picks coming out from North Sea.
North Sea actually used 3 different roam clearers to get rid of those 2 roamers. And it was so quick, it was so effective. In the first half of the round, they're just gone. And I would say that that's from a beautiful pinch that they had on top floor. And if I'm HellSide right now, I put my roamers closer together. That C4, unfortunately missing, is hugely detrimental as well. Miss Marie should have spotted that Pulse out earlier, but alas, that's no one's going to be taken off the board by that mistake. And now it's just 3 left on site by HellSide to be able to stop this push. And there's over a minute left. And verticality is being opened up in flows.
I assume the IQ here has breach charges. Not 100%. Yeah, okay. So breach charges should start to come down up onto the verticality, and we'll see exactly how that is going to be going through and how exactly that's going to be used. But yeah, as you said, like the upstairs control really early on, like you have so much time to play with here. And the Pulse doesn't have a C4 either, as he's already wasted it. So, like, you've just got plenty of time to work with here, and then the rest of your push can just come downstairs. Like, you have those two-man advantage. Everything is in your favor right now.
And look at North Sea. They've got 3 people outside of service entry for this push. Skyly is in a really good position here. If they don't drone her, she could probably get a couple of kills really quickly. And they've got another 2 players positioned over near Blue Bar for a pinch push. This is high-level play, ladies and gentlemen. This is how you would pinch a site. This upside-down repel from Arya is going to, you know, look out for a player, but it doesn't matter. That means that there's going to be a kills back and forth, and Skyly has given away a position. The chair blocks her line of sight, and these are kills back and forth, and Ganesh needs to make sure they get this kill, but they're not able to do it, and Arya is going to collect it. That was a pretty convincing round for North Sea, even though there was a little bit of a refrag and a back and forth at the end. I think the initial roam clear that they did showed their confidence and showed their dominance.
We did say early on, like, Coastline's very, very aggressive map. You don't really need a hard breacher for it. Most teams will bring a Habana, which they have done. That really early roam clear and just their ability to pinch, like, they opened DJ, the wall, the barricade, sorry, on VIP at the perfect opportunity. Like, they don't open that early on. You don't do it when you're still repelling on DJ. You do it after you got onto DJ and after your teammate is already in the hallway. That way, they're looking at that, they're distracted. That allows Miss Marie to push in and get the frag. And I may speak about that a lot, but I think that particular frag, and especially the way that they set it up, was a big reason why they won the round.
Absolutely. That shows that they're a coordinated team. They've got synergy, and that's a really hard thing to have in a team. So you can tell that North Sea's put in the hours to synergize their roam clearers specifically. They had the drones going as well. And I think, you know, those hot drones, those pinch pushes, those kills, we didn't see the initial pick, but I know for a fact it was accompanied by a hot drone. So that's how confident they were with their roam clear. And I think HellSide now knows that if they want to roam, they better do it far more effectively than they did in that first round. So I think it set the precedence for how this matchup is going to go forward. Winning your first attacking round is also really important. We spoke about how it can often mean that these teams are going to have a more frag-heavy game. So this spawn peek from Stelenia, she actually missed out. She actually missed out on a free kill there by looking left when there was one running to the right. And it doesn't matter because Loudy's also going to be picking up a frag from the top of balcony there. That's going to set things off. That's a Zofia off the board. That's a lot of utility going as well.
Yeah, heavy aggressive runners already coming out. So many kills on the board. Skylar finds one of her own. Arya going down so early on. Habana and Zofia both off the board, as you said. A lot of utility in Zofia, but that's your only hard reach gun. Not really a map where hard reach is really required that heavily, but it's definitely not someone you want to lose early on. But talking about losing someone early on from the front door through the Lamborghini doorway, disaster is going to go down early through. Miss Marie able to trade it right on back, and a 4v2 has developed.
James, those 3 kills were essentially done from inside the building out. These players hadn't even gotten an opportunity to get inside the building, and they all died from these really, really aggressive peaks. I think HellSide were like, you are, all right, you're going to hot drone us? We'll just stop you before you even get in the building. Amazing aggressivity there. And that's amazing that they were able to do that, because this is really put North Sea on the back foot here. Both Kalisa and Miss Marie need to make sure that they're pushing together now, because that's all they've got left.
Oh, Miss Marie storming through security is going to pick up Skylar for free. That is the pulse off the board, and that now is a C4 as well down. So definitely winnable situation for North Sea. They definitely have time on their side, defuse it in their hands, and they still have a decent amount of utility as well. So things should actually be very clutchable for them here, and they've also got drones on the board. Miss Marie taking control of 90 here. Is Kalisa going to be pushing her drone all the way through Aquarium and holding that down. So they know Aquarium is clear right now. They should have a good idea of the positions of the defenders. It's just going to be about trading out and playing together.
Miss Marie really aggressively pushing up. She looks extremely confident as she's been making her pushes. The air jabs will go up to make sure that no one can push in behind them. If she was to lay next to the drone hole as well, she might be able to get a kill too. So They're not aware of it. Stellinia's there, though. That MPX is going to take out those heads. MPX, I should say that ACOG. Goodness me, ladies and gentlemen. It did, it did for a second look like the MPX logo on the top right. I don't know. James, it's been a long night.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a long night, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm so hyped. I'm so excited. I need to maybe chill it with whatever I'm seeing over here. But nonetheless,
something that isn't being chilled right now is the gameplay over here. Some heavy aggression coming out, definitely.
Please stop with the puns. James Sterner Parkinson. My goodness, every week, ladies and gentlemen, the puns will get worse and worse, and we promise you we will bring you even more cringy puns as these weeks progress. But that's one of them to add to the quote book there, and I love James dearly, ladies and gentlemen. Don't worry, but I need to get on that level, I think. I want to get on your level. And if we can do that successfully, we can match the gameplay that we're seeing here. And mind you, I do think that what HellSide did there, they can't do again. I don't think that's a repeatable kind of play. I don't think they can just go, hey, let me stand at front door and peek wildly. A lot of us might call that kind of thing monkey plays, you know what I mean? They were running out of everywhere.
She had the pulse, I think, was a particularly good run out because she had service door prepped already, and she was able to pulse it out. So you can just listen for the rappel, you can pulse it out knowing that they're there, and you can just jump out. And if you jump out as well, rather than just hitting the barricade down, it's pretty hard for someone to just turn around and just shoot you if they're on a rappel, because of how the rappel angle works, right? So stuff like that is really good. Just to be aggressive early on. You kind of said about how heavy drone work has been coming out, and once they managed to get control of the map, things start to go into the favor of Nossi. That roam clear was really good, but yeah, if you just die instantly, you don't really have a good roam clear. So I'm fine with a really heavy aggressive push here, especially on a map like Coastline, where, well, one, there's a lot of windows and jump outs to kind of worry about, but two, it tends to be a really frag heavy map anyway.
Absolutely, and we'll see very much the same kind of lineup, but Ari is going to rock the buck this time, and they'll be looking to see whether or not they can get some verticality. They may have thought, depending if she's going to use those frags for the way that it's intended. And Loudy again. And that's going to be Miss Marie off the board. And that's a huge dent in the fragging capabilities for North Sea, because Miss Marie has been popping off for her team so far very well. So like we saw before, she wasn't able to do much in VIP, but now she's in a really prominent position. And if Kalisa doesn't have someone to pinch here with her, this could be really dangerous for her.
The Jaeger in a very dangerous position, as she did say, but now that VIP has been opened up by Ashley, but this is something that Loudy could play very patiently, but as I say it, she just runs all the way up. Flashbangs do go through. Kalisa's going to know that she's rotated, but she is going to go down regardless. That's going to get opened up. That angle being used very well by Ashley, and she's going to turn it into a 4v4 now. Skylia still holding it down to Penthouse. A very aggressive roam coming out right now.
Yeah, look, it was quite effective when they were able to take out Miss Marie, which is actually super important. Skyly is going to hear that bathroom drop. She has the perfect angle. She just needs to wait for the heads to come forward. Of course, they're going to be flashing themselves in. They know someone's there. The C4! It's not going to collect. Khalees is going to go bursting in, but Skyly is going to get her.
What just happened? Oh my god.
Comes out, though. That should not have gone that way whatsoever. I mean, I think some of the air jabs were thrown out, so some of the utility was used, and they've still got the buck of Aria, so they still have verticality options. But that's some huge picks by the roamers there, and a lot of time delayed.
Well, there we go. Aria going to be holding up from above, just opening up all that she can, using that book soft destruction as she can. And I think the last time they did this, that they had that vertical plate, and then they just all pushed surface entrance, and they were just getting vertical plate to cut off the rotates, which I think really is what you need to do. But kind of the reverse is happening right now, and Ashley pushed through onto kitchen door to try and get the franks that she can. It's going to be Ari who picks up one of her own, though. Ganesh going to go down via the vertical play that we did just talk about. Actually trying to distract everyone on the kitchen door. Very aggressive, running across that door. Very brave. But she's going to get away with it just now. Arya going to try and rotate. Doesn't look like they have too much info on the defenders' positions right now, as Zasa tries to push through onto the bathroom and see what's going on. 10 seconds left on the clock, and Ashley just runs all the way and gets a kill. But no, Shinessa is going to be able to refrag another kill for Shinessa. This is looking much better for her as she gets a triple kill. And HellSide take the round, and 1v3 clutch from the Maestro.
My goodness, if it wasn't for Shinessa there, And what worries me there was that she was in such an open position. Had someone been at kitchen window there, she would have been gone instantly. She wouldn't have been able to have the impact that she had there as a support and as a hard anchor there. So I did worry that the push that North Sea were trying to do there was a little bit too spread out. They possibly should have focused more on the objective, focused more on service entrance, holding the angles over the planter and making sure, but they spread themselves out for a site pinch, and they had no opportunity, and they didn't push at exactly the same time the way they should have. So they got taken advantage there by the defenders. And it's good to see that Pulse 6 pick onto the Clash, actually. Clash is such an oppressive operator. It's almost like a defensive Montaigne.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they
Yeah,
can.
I agree with that. Like, Clash is really, really hard to deal with in quite a lot of sites. She's a little bit more popular in Coastline than she is on other maps. It's kind of interesting, though, that you would bring a Clash into this particular lineup, though. On the attack, like a Thatcher, a Nomad, a Zofia. They're bringing a Zofia pretty much every single time. Also, great look. And I'm guessing just like looking at the lineup is why they 6-picked the Habana onto a Thermite. But you really need a Thermite on this particular site.
Yeah, absolutely. Using a Habana on that wall, especially if you're going to push bedroom, is not really effective. You can do it for theater, but it's nowhere near as effective on VIP wall. And it can really distract from the fact that you need to hold really long lines of sight over onto theater door from VIP when the plant goes down. So it's good that they 6-picked that one, but I mean, they've been running a pretty consistent... I'm going to cut myself off there, James, because if Loudy gets another kill from this, I am going to go absolutely nuts. Oh my goodness. It's such aggressive runouts. And by this point, North Sea know this is how it's going to be. So if they want to be able to do anything to counter these, they either need to hold angles or they just need to be able to bait these runouts and get free kills.
Could be free kills indeed, but I think like them having the Clash here either allows you to play less aggressively or more aggressively. It's kind of like a separate, like you have less guns, but you have a little bit more intel in a way.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. Clash is oftentimes used for that intel, used for that ability to know exactly where they are and also to stall them out a lot as well. Forces utility usage from operators like Zofia. So there's a lot for them to use against the Clash. But as I said, that Ashley's going to get rid of Loudy, who's been roaming pretty solo, which has been to her detriment, I think, is she's not having that refrag ability from her teammates because they're all pretty much stagnant on site. This angle being held onto the castle. If the castle steps out, Miss Marie is going to collect ahead very quickly. And Miss Marie's been a real prominent player for her team at Northside.
Definitely. Miss Marie trying to push all the way up onto 90, and she gets the kill onto Ganesh. Easy as that. Now a 5v3 and a lot less guns coming out here for HellSide. Ashley, we're going to rotate the way around. She should know that 90 is clear right now. Just about a minute left to go on the clock. There's not a great deal of control for HellSide right now, and that control is getting smaller by the second. We do still have this Clash on the board, however. We haven't really seen do a huge amount yet, but definitely has the potential to start bringing things in. It looks like Ari going to be able to get open the VIP wall. They should be able to go for a plant sooner rather than later. Miss Marie waiting as well, as Shanessa still holding down onto Theater. Skylia just giving out all the info as it does come down. Selenia trying to push all the way up as she does. No Nitro remaining. However, it could be Miss Marie finds that entry kill onto the Theater side. Could be a good push onto the backside here. Selenia trying to push up aggressively, trying to deal with the IQ. She is going to get the down and the kill. This is looking good right now. North Sea still holding on, especially, but Ashley, you're on the rappel. There we go. And the push is going to come through. Ashley takes one down. Ashley takes two down, and North Sea take round number 4. 3K from Ashley on the round. That was
Oh my heart. You know what I liked about Ashley's play and her ability to roam clear Loudy as well was that she was so concentrated on the angle she knew she had to hold. It's clear they've scrimmed this map. It's clear they know exactly how they want to have people repelled in certain locations, certain people taking VIP control, certain people doing roam clears. And Ashley was so focused on that theater rotate, because that's where Miss Marie was killed from, who is also her roam clearing buddy, that she just didn't care about the Clash. She was just so focused on that rotate that she wasn't even aware of the fact that the Clash was there. But a great overwhelm of the site there. They got the wall open. They did everything that was necessary. That's a real good one from NSG there. I think the trouble is that Miss Marie is a bit of a fragger, not even just a bit of a fragger, a lot of a fragger. She's quite good that way mechanically, but she's on an operator like IQ. I would like to see her switched off with, you know, maybe Kalisa or something like that, and sort of swapped around the roles a little bit, so it gives her a little bit more freedom, and someone else is able to use that utility. Because I think at the moment, maybe even with Ashley, I should say, maybe, you know, swapping with Ashley with that fragging potential there, and giving that utility to someone else, so that Miss Marie can just go nuts. Just let her wild, James. Just let her go and get these headshots, because she's a headshot magnet.
Headshot magnet?
She's a headshot magnet, dude.
Wouldn't that mean that you attract headshots?
Her gun attracts the headshots. are you poking holes in my
I'm just trying to clarify for the audience, you know.
Whoa, ladies and gentlemen,
what
James Sternab Parkinson is going to shut me and my bad English down. So, yeah, it's I'm gonna cry later tonight, Sternab, in my bed.
I'm sorry, like, you know, you say things, you're gonna get, you know, you get called out.
Wow.
We're going to move into round number 5, though, and we'll see exactly how this goes for North Sea. Their roam clear's been pretty good so far, and I think it's been kind of a mainstay of whether the round is successful or not, is how quickly they can roam clear. Also, something I want to point out, on the top of main stairs now, like the top of white stairs, there's these random bars, and I'm not sure why they're there now, but weird map change that's come through with the season.
I love how Laddie plays. I mean, she's getting hot drone and she's pre-firing everything. Again, Ashley with the super good refrag there and cutting that off, but Ganesh is in a perfect position on Cool Vibe stairs, trades that back, and that's a flurry of refrags, and that's how we like to see a game of comp played, ladies and gentlemen. You want to see the refrags, you want to see the team play, and that's exactly what happened there. And now you'll see I would say that was far more favored in the defender's side. You know, they were able to take 2 picks on 2 of the really prominent players of North Sea Gaming, and that's only going to leave 3 left. I mean, they have hard breaches and whatnot, but it's not really necessary on a site like this. So,
slam.
Good night. Good night. Don't pick Aria because she's a damn frag, my friends, and that's going to shut down the vigil there. And it does look like the Aqua take is one that they're more positioned towards, and as they move their way into Aqua here, they need to get rid of that Maestro camp.
Wow, nice shot by Stelenia now. Just knowing that Aquarium Balk. It's just angle. Yeah, really well played by them. But it's going to be a 2v3 now. I'm getting into the last minute of the round. They see Aria seems really weird about trying to push through onto Aquarium Balcony and trying to get into this control. This Stelenia angle is going really well for her. The pre-fire is going to come down. Aria really has to make a choice if she wants to try and deal with this dog or just want to run in, and the push is going to come through. Stelenia just finds yet another kill on that angle. Ganesh coming through for the flank. This is looking all but over for an SG, and there we go. Ganesh is going to finish her off. HellSide take round number 5, and things are pretty even right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think for NSG, they have the right idea in mind. They have good roam clearers. They have really good drones. But what's stopping them is mid to late round executes. They're stalling out. They're not able to get in the site they need to. And they're getting their fraggers picked off. And it's not enabling them, I should say, to get onto the site the way they need to. They need to prioritize the objective a little bit more. And when they start to do that, they'll start to notice that they can hold these flanks off. Coastline's a big rectangle, and you can hold a lot of these flanks really easily. And they've been bringing a Nomad, so nothing should be stopping them from just going, all right, straight to the site. Let's get the player down. Our flanks will be easily held. If we need to do a little bit of a roam clear or have some verticality for sites like Kitchen, then we'll go and get it. But otherwise, they need to be focusing on the objective, and they're not doing that, and that's been to their detriment.
I couldn't say it better myself.
Thanks, James. Love a good compliment.
Moving to round number 6 is going to be the final attack for North Sea. We said this is kind of like, it's not exactly attacker-sided, but if there were to be an attacker-sided map, it would be this. I think it's a little bit more easier for attackers to gain ground here. So a 3-3 split, I think you're feeling pretty content at that point. But if you're down 4-2, I don't know, I'm not feeling too good about that. But we've seen a really aggressive play coming out so far by HellSide, something that we kind of said we were expecting from Coastline. And yeah, it hasn't disappointed so far. We'll see how the rest of it does continue. But on top of that, like, we've seen some pretty coordinated roam clear and also defense coming out from HellSide, like loads of trades coming out in the last round.
Yeah, and that's something I really want to praise. I think this this matchup has shown the most prominent amount of refrags I've seen in all of the matchups tonight. And to have a team that's obviously as coordinated as both of these teams are being, that amount of refrags is really important because it shows that the team is aware about how to place themselves, how to move together as a team, as a block, as roam clearers, etc. So that's a really good one. Miss Marie doesn't care about that mute jammer. She actually didn't even stop her drone. She just flew that drone straight in and was confident enough that she'd get around the jammer. And
driving that drone around NASCAR.
yeah,
Crazy.
she was NASCAR in that drone straight in. And not a surprise, Miss Marie is going to take the first pick.
That's a down.
Is she
yeah.
down? That's a down.
Yeah.
And she's going to have no idea. She's going to have no idea. And they're able to drop down. They will get picked up, no doubt in my mind. Stelenia also has the dock capability as well. So they'll dock the mute. But Miss Marie, thinking that there's going to be a cam outside. There's not even a...
No.
Oh, God. Out of all of them.
Oh, that's such a that's so unfortunate. Like just a small amount of debris, but yeah, you really gotta set up your site correctly if you want that to not happen. Actually, gonna pick up our own entry frag on the other side. That's with the Legion and the Maestro off the board, and this site is getting smaller and smaller for HellSide as the round continues. But Loudy still has control of the main lobby, and I feel like once you have control of the main lobby, still service entrance is a really hard area to push. Ooh.
That upside down rappel was almost absolutely shut down by Stelenia there on the Doc ACOG. And I think North Sea, like we spoke about before, they're going to stall out now. Their early game is strong, but their mid to late round execution is weak. That's where they stall out, and that's what you're seeing now. Kalisa wants to get lobby control. She's going to go up against Loudy. Loudy's going to be able to hold this control really well because... You know, the pre-fire is coming out. She knows someone's there. Stelenia does finally take out Miss Marie, and that's going to stall this out. I think NSG, again, are trying to split themselves too far around, but Ashley takes a pick, and this is now down to a 4v2. Loudy, though, this lobby control we were talking about, they might turn this tide on this round.
They could do. Stelenia's been doing a great job so far of just holding the site down with an MP5, but Arius can just start to plant. Stelenia's pushing up to try and trade this out, but she does deny the defuse going down. Disaster does find a kill onto Stelenia, however. It's hold on to Loudy. She does manage to get back into sight. Goes for those pre-fires. This could be a great clutch. 20 seconds left to go on the clock. Loudy finds the kill. It's a 1v1. Oh, this could be a disaster right now. It's all down to Kalisa to try and bring this in for NSG. And she's looking desperately for this frag right now. She doesn't know where the Jaeger is. Picks up the defuser, however. And Loudy still playing aggressively up onto the cool vibes. Rotating slowly back to the site. Kalisa's going to go for the plant. She has to stick it. She's out of time. Loudy's unable to find the planter going down, but there we go. It will be found with the knife kill.
Oh my God. It was all down to that lobby control that Loudy was allowed to hold on to for that entire round. I think that's where the detriment was. North Sea have great fraggers. I do want to note that they've got some great fraggers. They've got some great droning. Their droning is really epic. They know where a lot of the plays are a lot of the time. They just don't know how to act on that information. What is happening to their team now is they try to pinch the site. But unfortunately for them, they're using too many people in too many areas at once. So what they need to do is focus on the objective, focus on service entrance, get your players in, get them in planting, and get them covered by people over the top of them, behind them, and on crossfire angles. You know, one person on kitchen window, you know, a couple of people over service entrance, and then one person planting, maybe someone in lobby. That's all they need. They don't need to push so many people over towards bar side, over towards cool vibe stairs. They don't need those numbers there, but they're doing it anyway. And I think that's been a detriment for them in these rounds, and is why they're not winning rounds they probably should be winning.
Yeah, no, I would definitely agree with that. Now switching sides though, I really like this attacker lineup personally. I actually like, a lot of people will say, oh yeah, you gotta bring Habana, right? But bringing your thermite here and opening up the VIP wall and having that crossfire established with an aquarium push, I think it could actually be really, really good, right? Like you can completely cut off that crossfire. If you're a very, very brave thermite main, which, you know, I don't see it happen often, you could rappel down the courtyard and thermite open the billiards wall. I don't recommend it, but I have seen it happen before.
I've seen people attempt to do it. I mean, I've seen it with a Habana, which is an okay way of doing it, right? But if you're going to do it with a thermite, you better hope that you've got those angles covered, or you've got some kind of VIP control or something, or some luggage control as well, because that peak's going to come out really quickly. And we'll see the Ella. Did she just Did she just
Pre-fire
barricade
through
her?
the barricade. Yeah, nice one by
No.
Loudy there.
Way. No way she just did that, Jay. Okay, good night. Sleep tight, Ella. It was a great few seconds of you being featured on the defensive side.
She had a drone in Blue Belt already
Yes.
watching her at the back. So yeah, but like really good pre-fire coming out from Loudy there, great coordination coming out, and great info already going to find them a kill on the board. I don't know about an Ella roam downstairs here unless she had a shotgun. I'm not quite sure, but yeah, I'm not sure about that one.
Nonetheless,
Because they don't have any C4 or anything like that, so.
Yeah, very true. I'm not sure whether or not it was just to delay time, get some drones, rotate around, create some havoc. But Loudy on Jaeger is just as scary on Ash, if not more. And she's going to come bursting through with that initial frag. And Miss Marie's also been lit up. She's actually stuck here. And I think they know that she's stuck here as well. So they should be able to get a frag onto her quite easily, especially with an upside down rappel. If she shifts her operator even slightly, they know that.
Oh, no, it was good, but like to check if there's an ADS there with the flashbang.
Yeah, absolutely. I wasn't sure if she had cooked it before she actually sent her Ash charge out, but Arya is going to get Ganesh, and that's the cap tower out of commission. And the diffuser's actually over on Aqua Balcony, which is a problem because a lot of the players on the attacking side of HellSide are on the opposite side of the map. And this is what went wrong with NSG as well. They spread themselves too far. They weren't focusing on the objective, and I need to be careful that they don't do this. But that's a quick trade coming out. Loudy and Ashley's going to take out Loudy, but Loudy's going to take out Miss Marie. And now that they have rotated over to Aqua Balcony, Ari is trying to hold this all by herself. And almost a beautiful pick onto Selenia there on the sledge. She does down her. She will be able to confirm the kill, and no refrags will come out there. So the attacking side is on a deficit here if they want to try and push this with only 35 seconds left.
Yeah, HellSide seem to fall apart at the seams right now. They really do need to get this aquarium control, and Arya is still holding it down. She's managed to rotate up onto the couches instead of behind the bar. Definitely a safer place to sit. Looks like some drones are going to be coming out from HellSide, see what they can do here, but they really just need to force their way in. There is a castle barricaded down as well, but Arya is actually going to rotate all the way out. Very, very smart coming out from her. The smokes are going to go down as well. Skylar going to be pushing all the way into Aquarium. They're going to use the thermite charge onto the castle barricade to try and get some control here, and desperately trying to get in to try and go for a plant. The smokes are still available for Colessa. She's going to do the trick through the floor as well. Oh, she didn't set it up correctly though, but the defuse is still going down. But she's going to get off it, and North Sea Gaming are going to take round number 7. Oh, did she get down? Yeah, she got down by the Jaeger.
By this, yeah. So she did end up getting down from that one, and it was, look, I do want to say again, I think a huge downside of these attacks for both of these teams have been that they haven't focused on the fact that Coastline is a big rectangle. There is not a lot of ways to flank when you start trying to get the plant down. You know, on Aqua, for example, the only place you can flank from is luggage. You could nomad it. You could have someone on white stairs watching the flank. You could have a multiplicity of answers to this, and they're not doing that. They're spreading people wide and far. It's almost as if they don't know where they want the plant to go down initially. They want to see what picks they get to start off with, and then they decide.
Attackers need to locate and defuse
I don't
bombs.
think that they're thinking about their push as critically as they need to be. They're spreading themselves far too wide, far too thin, and it's been a problem for both of these teams. So I think that the defensive half of both of them will be quite successful, and we might see this game end up quite close.
Potentially. It's definitely looking to go that way right now as we move into round number 8. There's going to be a kitchen service entrance defense coming out from North Sea Gaming. We'll see exactly how that's going to work out, but the same lineup is going to be coming out. It's interesting they bring the thermite here.
Yeah, I mean, like we said before, hard breaches on a map like Coastline, they're not always very necessary. It's not one that you would always expect to bring. They also haven't been fully reinforcing the walls out onto the hallway. That's the wrong button, Aria. You know what? You can't do that, Aria. Pick it back up, girlfriend. Thank you. My goodness. She's having some hotkey issues there, James. Because that was not it, Chief. That was definitely not it. But nonetheless, hard breaches are not that important on a map like Coastline. So the fact that they have been bringing it just shows that that's the kind of roles that they fill on this team, and they're always pretty dedicated to that. So nothing wrong with their dedication to a particular role, but they need to make sure that they're being far more careful about the way that they push. I mean, again, Stelenia is droning for herself. She's pushing by herself, and this is dangerous. This is why she gets caught off a lot of the time by herself, unable to be refragged.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of control now already being gained by HellSide. What is this? You see something like this, you're not even looking there. You're rotating somewhere else because that is so horrible to deal with.
I do like it though because it's very oppressive because you have no idea if someone's behind there. You always assume they're behind there, and they actually use one Capitao bolt on it as well. So the fact that they don't know anyone's there, yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of poor droning from HellSide's part because they still are assuming that someone is around there and they just haven't just confirmed with a drone. But Laudy's going to try and crouch walk down onto the main stairs. Now she does have a drone ahead of her. And HellSide still don't seem that happy with this roam situation. They still seem that someone is there, but they finally is going to confirm there is absolutely no one there. They've already rotated out. They're going to start to open up everything.
Sledge going to make work of that floor, and that's exactly what they need. And you can see Ganesh trying to challenge that one there. Loudy, of course, going to crouch walk her way down into lobby and take Disaster off guard, and that's going to be lobby control. That's what we spoke about. Lobby control is super important for this, and this angle from Miss Marie. I mean, if she can do it well, and there's no pressure from service entrance yet, then she gets away with it. Khalees is going to take off the head of Stelenia, and that's the Sledge off the board. That's a beautiful SMG challenge vertical play, and Shanisi is going to take out Ashley. So there's been frags back and forth, but it does look like the defensive half is being taken advantage of. But oh my god, Aria, beautiful roam, beautiful collection of Loudy. This evens it up.
Yeah, 3-3 situation developing right now. HellSide seeing what they can do here to try and force their way through onto that kitchen service entrance. Miss Marie still holding it down. However, the smokes are going to start to go out from both sides, it seems. Miss Marie is just in hell in a cell right now. She's actually going to get away with this right now. She gets killed on the diffuser. Oh no, this is a disaster for HellSide. They didn't drone out the Legion, and they are going to pay for it. 5 seconds left to go on the clock. They really just have to force their way. Oh, Shanessa's going to get in just a kill on Shanessa, but no, Miss Marie with a pistol whip is going to take down one, and North Gaming going to take round number 8.
Oh my goodness, look, the fact that Miss Maria was able to stand up in service entrance for so long, I mean, if you're an attacker, you want to open service entrance door pretty quickly. You want to apply that pressure, whether or not it's actual pressure or it's perceived pressure, you want that open. You want them to know, yep, we're here, we're ready to go, and then get your verticality, you know, keep holding your angles. But it wasn't like that. They left that door barricaded, and that left Miss Marie with a lot of opportunity to hold angles into lobby, and that she was able to lay down behind that desk and make trouble, make absolute trouble. So I think overall for NSG, they were very lucky that they were able to get the picks that they had, because top floor control was taken by HellSide pretty quickly.
Yeah, it was. I think that they had some issues droning-wise to try and confirm that there were no roamers up there, and that kind of slowed them down quite a bit. Like, yes, they gained that control really early on, but then after that, they were kind of just wasting time chasing an invisible roamer, so they didn't do as much work there that they really could have. And yeah, like, I think overall their intel work was kind of poor, honestly, throughout the round, like, droning-wise. And that may have been a big reason why they lost that, especially Miss Marie allowed to play where she was. Kind of hell in a cell, like, smoke is going through from both sides, everyone is around you. The patience from her to be able to play like that was good.
Did Miss Marie she just destroy
an ADS to put her bulletproof down.
5 seconds to go.
What?
Yeah. Disaster's not too happy about that one.
You know, I like Miss Marie because, like we saw with her droning, like we saw with her roam clearing, she doesn't stop. She's a force. She just goes, you know, NASCAR racing with everything that she does. And she simply did not have time for the Jaeger to pick up that ADS. So she just destroyed it, put down her utility, and ran away. So I'm not sure about that one, Miss Marie. I'm not sure how I'd feel with a teammate that couldn't wait a few seconds for me to pick up my ADS. But that's a funny one to add to the books. But we will have HellSide making their way in for their roam clear. They're going to be pushing Penthouse Theater, and whether or not they make their way in. Loudy this time is by the side of Stelenia. That is different than we had seen before. Loudy was pushing pretty solo before. Ashley's down by herself with Disaster with a crossfire over in Blue Bar, I believe. So the roamers on the side of North Sea are in a good crossfire position. No way that edge have just gone.
It's on the roof.
Yes, it bounced off the Capitao and hit the roof. So unfortunately, one air jab is going to be wasted there. But And it will damage the Capitao ever so slightly as well from that projectile. But Ganesh now does have VIP control. The goo mines will go off and alert the side of NSG that they do, and they are currently in VIP. All HellSide need to do now is hold their flanks, get the wall open, but Miss Marie's having none of it. She did not want that, and that's going to be traded straight back onto Arya by Shinisi, and Shinisi's just walking
She
in.
walks in. Yeah, that's a double kill for her, and the executor's going to start to go down, but Miss Marie with the bang all the way through the smoke. Nomad's going to get detonated, but they're going to try and retake the side. Looks like Ashley on the flank as well into Red Hole. Doesn't manage to find the kill onto Ganesh. Is now a 3v2, and they're desperately holding down. The Diffuser is down. Selene has the repel angle as well. Is going to be able to trade this out surely onto Ashley, who finds a freebie onto the denying this, but they all just line up for her. But no, she's going to go down. Selenia is going to find the kill, but instantly traded out by Ashley. Are they going to trade with each other? It's fortunate.
That was a wild ride. I cannot believe the Nomad just waltzed on into Bedroom. Of course, Bedroom was clear, so the ability to just aim down sights in theater was practical. That was able to be there. And, well, mind you, again, I am worried about these attacks. That shot was sick. Yeah, it was. It was a great shot. I am worried by the fact that HellSide is not opening a lot of their barricades. That's been a downfall for them. They're not applying perceived or actual pressure on windows and doors that they need to be. That whole double window was still barricaded. If someone wanted to play in Bedroom safely behind the drawer or behind the bed, they could have. They could have simply done that. They could have played in Bathroom, for example, if they had not shot out the bottom of that. I mean, there was so much opportunity for them to play wherever they wanted to because these windows and doors were still closed. So HellSide needs to be a little bit more aggressive with the way that they open up some of these lines of sight.
Need to locate and defuse bombs.
Yeah, I think they did really good to just get into the site and just try and plant. But that post plant was played pretty poorly. Like, they didn't really have much utility going down. The wasted edge out outside of DJ definitely doesn't help in that situation. Because they had a Nomad outside, on VIP door, but no one is playing near that. So if the air jab goes off, it doesn't really matter. It's like, you know, a tree falls in a forest and no one hears it, right? There's no one to act on it. So that's kind of the thing with Nomad, that it's not good enough just to have it there. Someone needs to be playing nearby. Like, we had someone Red Hole who was just playing near it. It might have been better, but we had someone who was near Red Hole, but not quite in. It was the Capitao who got flanked in the end.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a good indicator that someone is flanking. So Ganesh knew, but unfortunately Ganesh was trying to focus on two different objectives at one time, watching the flank and focusing on the plant going down with the utility that Capitao is meant to be utilizing. So Loudy, of course, going to make that entry into service entry with Stelenia. The two roam clearers have been predominantly effective, but alas, not a lot of refrags. So this is why they're pushing in together now. And you can see the pings going off with the drones. She's trying to take advantage of that, but they're both holding very similar angles. This could end up in an accidental TK if they're not careful. Ganesh is going to take out Disaster. Beautiful headshot. Selenia is going to take out the head of Ashley. And this was the kind of... roam clear they were looking for. And look, they've taken their picks and they've decided to rotate out. And I hope, for their sake, they now focus on the objective now that they've got numbers.
Yeah, I mean, like, taking out the pulse is definitely the main area of that, I suppose. Like, completely dismantling that downstairs hold, and now you know there's no pulse or anything like that down there. You have no reason to continue to roam clear. Like, you've taken the power of any roamers away now. So, yeah, and this is exactly what I was talking about. This is why you bring a thermite. You open the VIP wall, and then they're going to rotate into Aquarium. They're going to push that way, hopefully. Instead, that's really where the diffuser should be. So, we'll see how that does go down. But this completely cuts the site in half.
Yeah, absolutely. Now that they have VIP control, there's no opportunity for anyone to C4 below them. There's only the Legion, Jaeger, and Smoke left. But of course, Khaleesi with the SMG, she's been absolutely unstoppable with that SMG. She's going to take out Stelenia, and they're going to know that she's hiding behind that couch now. So Shinisa needs to make sure that she gets that refrag, because surely she can see her there. And it doesn't matter because the SMG goddess, that is Khaleesi, is going to take her out too. And that VIP control they thought they have, they don't have anymore.
What? Wait, what? Arya is going to get an insane kill onto Loudy and find another one in here in Aquarium. Still holding it down with some pre-fires as well, but no! Skyly is going to take her down. It's now a 2v2 situation, and this seems really familiar to the last time the HellSide pushed there. They don't have anyone VIP anymore to try and cut off the crossfire, and Kalista is in a really good position to deny this plant from going down. Ganesh holding it down, does still have a firebolt as well to try and force the smoke out of position. We've also got Miss Marie on the other side on the Legion, just being able to play around and see what's going down. Fireballs are going to come down to stop the white peak from going on. Kalista just doing a rock and a hard place right now, but Skylar's going to go in to try and go for the pre-plant. The smokes are going to go through to try and deny it. Miss Marie still playing very aggressive to try and deny the push coming down, and she gets a double kill out of it. And North Sea Gaming take round number 10, extend their lead.
Wow. Miss Marie's having a fantastic game. Look, she's been really effective on all the roles that she's played thus far, and you know, she actually has quite a high cost as well, because even though on attack she was getting taken out early some rounds, on other rounds she was really blazing through, and on defense she's shown that she can be a really key asset to her team. So I think she's really flourished on defense. And has shown her gun skill and her mechanical skill to be really helpful to the side of NSG. And that's why we're seeing them on match point right now, because I think both teams have worked each other out. They've worked the aggressivity out and how that's going to play out. And now NSG have acclimatized to that, and they're playing far more, I guess, fluently than unfortunately HellSide is, because you've got guys like Loudy and Stelenia who are coming in for the roam clear. And they're doing it well, mind you. We saw a beautiful roam clear. They got rid of 2 people. That should have been their round. What was the detriment? Was we had Kalisa, the SMG goddess, laying behind couch, which the wall being open to VIP should absolutely open her up to death instantly. You should be able to climb up on the circle couch, and you should be able to take her out instantly. She should not be allowed to live there for so long. Instead, she snipes 2 players with the SMG in VIP and absolutely stops any kind of push. So that whole round, I would say, was on Kalisa there.
Yeah, she didn't. I'm still not really sure how an SMG 11 player gets 2 kills behind those couches, but yeah, she did it. VIP just got completely dismantled, and not having that crossfire definitely just pushes you out. But we are going to be seeing match point now. We'll see how North Sea Gaming is able to close out this matchup. Being pretty close. Honestly, like, I really like HellSide's idea going into this, and there's been a couple of really good star players coming out from their side. Yeah. Like, especially some of the shots that just been being hit, especially from both sides. But they'd be really aggressive, but I think North Sea have met it with, like, really patient play, honestly.
Absolutely. You got guys like Arya, for example, and we spoke about her at the start of the matchup. She knows how to play her role well. That's why you see her on the Jaeger still alive, you know, well into the round, because she knows the kind of area of the map she wants to hold, and she does it patiently. She's not over peaking. She's not putting herself in a position where she can't be refragged. She's putting herself in a really strong position and a really hard to get rid of position, and forcing them to use their utility rather than peeking into their angles. So I think that's been a really key part of NSG's kind of gameplay.
Definitely. Loudy already in as well. Go for those pre-fires where she can, but oh my god! Arya just deletes her. And yeah, this wall's so hard to deal with the peaks coming out from there. Arya looking for the re-peak as well onto Rock Holly, but like, oh my god. That's insane.
Now that she's taken one pick and she's kind of rotated off it, it's a smart play. She goes, yeah, I took my pick. I'm going to get myself out of there. And Ashley is also going to take a beautiful pick onto the diffuser holder over on Blue Bar. And onto, and I'm not sure who that was. Was that the Thermite? That was.
Yeah, there was the Thermite going down really early on, so no hard reach left for you. Capitao still holding in there. Miss Marie going to find a kill of her own. It's going to wide peek out, but get punished for it instantly. Almost a TK coming out onto Ganesh as well, but this is looking very dicey for HellSide to try and push through both players. Very, very low HP. We've got a flanker as well coming through. But, oh, Ashley's going to score yet another kill from there, and a third! Ashley just scoring kills with the UMP. North Sea Gaming take round number 11, and we'll take the series 7-4.
Oh my goodness. North Sea really turned on in the second half of that game. They did start off quite rocky. Their attacks were really spread out, sporadic, didn't allow for them to have the impact that they wanted to. But to get the win after turning and switching on in the second half was really well done. HellSide, a scary team. The aggressive plays that we saw from them, we hadn't seen from any other team tonight. I mean, there had been, T3H, who